Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of the Big Easy Blitz podcast. Today, we are at Mercado's, as you saw in, just 2 episodes ago, right? They were our first sponsor, and we're now in the restaurant. They blessed us with some more food here. Brock, show the camera. Yep. And then in today's episode, we will be going through the Saints schedule, giving a full record prediction.
Painful the Saints schedule.
Yeah.
Painful.
It might not be what Saints fans are wanting to hear, but that's just the reality of a rebuild. Like, let's be real. Is there anything you would like to say before we get started, Brock?
You kind of touched on it all. I'm coming back from a sickness, as many of you from the last video. It was very depressing to rewatch that for me. But I am better today. Still be talking a little low. But yeah, shout out Mercado. This video is brought to you by Mercado.
Yep.
The beautiful store here, by the way. Just opened.
You want to give a little show?
Yeah, we can. It's a beautiful store here. Looking around.
Calm place.
Very nice, very nice. We're very blessed that they are allowing us to do this.
Yeah.
But
sure.
We'll dig into this and then we'll get into the part that I was kind of dreading. That is the Saints season prediction. So I'll take a. So you already.
Yeah,
you've been into the.
I already got into it.
The Monte Cristo. I'm gonna bite into the Cuban sandwich. Let's see.
Let us know. A1.
I have to. Unbelievable.
A1.
Wow.
Shout out Mercado.
We got some
Papas fritas.
I've never had these. These are unbelievable.
It's like the Monte Cristo is like a beignet. It's really good.
Can't wait to try that. Oh my god. Alright, so let's start.
Let's get into it.
Before we do it, let's just talk Saints. I've been seeing a lot. Looks like Spencer Rattler's kind of pulling away with it, with the starting job in quarterback. It sounds like it. He had 2 straight days of being QB1, which hadn't happened all training camp. So we'll see. The Saints do play, and today is Wednesday, so on Sunday, so like 4 or 5 days.
Yikes.
You're saying yikes, but I can't wait to watch.
Oh yeah, I know. But by week 4, we're gonna be dreading it. But
well, yeah, but
that's usually how it goes.
Preseason's fun to watch.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so I think that now I can't see your prediction. We've been keeping it a secret. I think you're gonna really be surprised with what I have.
I am.
So
I'm really interested to see what
we'll jump right into that. We'll start with week 1, and that is the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
I'll let you start.
Okay. So, as you know, y'all diehard listeners of not only the Big Easy Blitz podcast, but also the CD and Saints, I am a very optimistic Saints fan, right? So, 2 years ago, Derek Carr's first year, I had the Saints going 14-3, and I think they wound up 9-8 that year. Even though they started off 2-0, it should have been 3-0 if Blake Rupi didn't miss a kick, but I digress. I am not going to be high on the Saints this year. I've learned my lesson. If Derek Carr couldn't do it, then there's no way Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shough can do it. So, with that being said, I have the Saints winning week 1.
Okay. I also have the Saints winning week 1. So I did not think that's where you were going with that.
A little curveball.
Wow. All right. Yeah, but kind of everything you just said with Derek Carr. But I do think that Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shough can get it done because there's a new regime, there's a new coaching staff.
It's going to be a tough game, don't get me wrong.
For sure.
And I can assure you, the Saints will not be winning the first 2 games at home. They're either going to split 1-1 or go 0-2.
Yeah. I think they're going to win week 1 because I feel like they win week 1 every year.
Yeah.
But then they fall off a cliff after. So with that being said, we both have started 1-0.
Yeah.
All right. I can't document that, but 1-0 for both of us. Moving on to week 2, I think the Saints get slaughtered in this game.
Yeah.
Just being honest, you got San Fran at home, a noon kickoff. Excuse me.
You're just gonna have to deal with Brock this episode. He's really under the weather. But yeah, no, I mean, although San Francisco lost some weapons, I mean, they lost Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk's starting the year on the IR. They're a better team than the Saints. They're a lot better team than the Saints. So with that being said, I have the Saints now falling to 1-1 after week 2.
However, I agree with the loss. That they do start 1-1. But if San Fran has their top 3 receivers all out, which is a very real possibility, it could be a spot where they could shock some people. Now, I'm not saying they're better than San Fran.
CMC's healthy.
That's what I was going to say. George Kittle and CMC. I mean, you key on those two. I don't know who else is going to beat you at San Fran, but I do think San Fran wins. And we start 1-1 going into week 3. If last week, if I said that was a slaughter, this is going to be 10 times worse. Going into Seattle in September.
Can I get into something about the Seahawks real quick?
Please.
CenturyLink Field compared to Lumen Field, what is better? Growing up, our whole childhood, it was CenturyLink Field. Doesn't that sound a lot better?
100%.
Same thing with the Houston Astros. They were, now they're, I don't even, Dyka or something like that.
It's not Minute Maid. Which
It was Minute Maid, and Minute Maid just sounds so much better. But again, another unnecessary tangent, but I'm sorry. CenturyLink sounds a lot more electric than Lumen Field or whatever it is now. But I have the Saints losing and falling to 1-2 in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't agree more. Seattle's a really good team this year. I think they could sneak up on some people. They could be last year's Minnesota.
100%.
I mean, that's not just because of Sam Darnold. I think they have a really good team around them.
Yeah.
Their defense is always going to be good, and they brought in Cooper Kupp, so we'll see. Moving on to week 4. God, this is just a brutal.
That is
stretch.
kind of a brutal stretch.
They got to go into Buffalo to face the defending MVP, Josh Allen. Not much to touch on.
We don't have to.
It is literally.
I mean, look how expensive the Bills tickets are. They're as low as $245, guys. So, Bills Mafia is going to be packed out Sunday, September 28th in Buffalo, and I think we can confidently say the Saints are going to fall to 1-3.
Yeah. I literally don't see a way that the Saints pull this out once Josh Allen gets hurt. Not gonna work because I don't want Josh Allen.
Yeah, I never want to wish injury upon anybody.
Yeah. Well, the Saints moved to 1-3, and it's probably going to feel really, really, really bad because it could very easily be 0-4 at this point. But then I think they come in October 5th against New York, the New York Football Giants. And
I love saying it.
Yeah. I've been going back and forth on this one. I'm not going to.
Really?
I think it's a toss-up. I really do because I like the Saints' defensive backs, and that's all New York really has is Malik Neighbors. I don't think the running game is that good.
Hey, Paulson Adebo revenge game.
Yes, that guy. I've never seen more PIs out of a DB in my life. Good lord. But yeah, I think the Saints do come away with this one after starting 1-4. We have 1-4, 1-3. Moving into week 5, I think they do pull this one out against the New York Football Giants because the Giants are just a terribly run football team. I don't even know who's going to be starting. Is it going to be Russell Wilson? Is it going to be?
It's got to be. It might be Jameis at this point. I don't know. We'll see.
Word on the street is Jackson Dart looks terrible right now. So.
I mean. You went into it a few episodes ago on the Lane Kiffin offense.
Yeah, well, I have them at 2-3 at this point.
I also have them 2-3. Okay. I think they will beat the New York Football Giants. I just don't think they're a very good team. Like you said, I mean, they have Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatteroo might turn into something. I don't think by this point he will be anything though. So I think the Saints should come away with this game, but then again, it's kind of like, who's going to be the better of two evils? I mean, both teams are pretty bad, you know.
But I mean, if there's any talking about Scatterbo, if there's any player who finds their footing and goes off, it would be against a New Orleans team.
100%.
I feel like that just happens. I can't stand watching like a Pelicans game and seeing a random role player drop 35 on us. God, it's just. And if you remember last year, was it last year or 2 years ago where that Sean Tucker went off against the Saints?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If anybody.
That was last year.
It was last year?
Yeah, because they had the three-headed monster. They had Sean Tucker, Rashad White, and Bucky.
Three-headed monsters. I would hesitate to use those today.
And then the Saints also let Mike Evans in. We're not going to get into that.
So the Saints are going to be 2-3 going into week 6, facing the New England Patriots, who I think is going to be very, very good this year. That's my sleeper team. Now it is at home, a 3:25 kickoff. That is a rough 3:25 kickoff. Saints Patriots.
In New Orleans for a 3:25 kickoff is kind of.
Saints have a lot of 3 p.m. games this year. Now that I'm looking at this, that's gonna be crazy.
Well, they got West Coast. It's probably because they play the West division, you know.
But I mean, whatever. I do think they dropped this game and fall to 2-4. I think Drake May is gonna have a breakout year, and in year 2, and now he's got his solidified wide receiver one in Stephon Diggs. While I did say I like the Saints secondary, I do think there's going to be some road bumps.
100%.
Because
They're young.
Yeah, super young. Like, I think the oldest one is Alontae Taylor. He's in like year 4, year 5. They've had. Yeah, I have them losing this game. I think it's going to be a close game because it is in the Dome, and I just think that the Dome gives extra to the Saints. But yeah, I think I have them starting 2-4.
I agree with you for all the points you said. I think New England could be a sneaky good team this year with actually having a solid wide receiver. I was really wanting last year Brandon Ayuk to go to New England to see that, but no, I think the Saints 100% drop this game, and this would make them 2-4.
Yeah.
Yikes. So 2-4, which could easily be 0-6. So
Okay.
going into a road game against Chicago.
Yeah, that's a loss. I'd say around this time they're finally getting colder.
Yeah, October
Chicago.
19th.
The Ben Johnson offense, I do think. I mean, the Saints did very well against the Lions. Was that 2 years ago? They actually played them really close. Do you remember that game? I mean, they started off, the Saints were getting killed, then they made a comeback. So
Yeah.
you never know. I mean, the Bears are the Bears, and while they could be good, I don't think they'll be.
It was
very
21-0.
good.
And I remember when they scored that third touchdown, I turned it off.
I kept watching because while I do,
Did you have a monitor?
I did, but I wasn't watching because I was watching. No, wait, that was 2 years ago, so I did not have a monitor at that point.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, that's just I don't want to ever remember the Derek Carr seasons.
Yeah.
So we have them 2-4 now. I have them dropped, so 2-5 at this point.
Yeah, no, they are not winning this game. They're going to be 2-5 going into Week 8 against Tampa.
Although the Saints have kind of owned the Bears in the last, I think, 3 meetings. If you remember the Tyson Bagent game.
And then the where the
playoff.
guy fought C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
That one, and then the playoff game.
And the
So
playoff.
the last 3 times we played them, we beat them. Does history repeat itself? I hope so, but I don't think so. So I think they drop this game and fall to 2-5. Going into Week 8 again. You also have losing.
Yes, I do. I have 2-5.
So we both have 2-5 at this point. And it's feeling rough, but I don't know. I feel like a 2-5. I'm trying. You talk.
Yeah. So no, Brock's dealing with some strep throat right now. But going into Week 8, the Saints are going to be at 2-5. Like I really don't see how they can be anything better than 2-5.
Maybe 3-4. I could see them pulling out a win against Chicago.
Maybe, possibly, but I have them actually winning this game against Tampa Bay. I think they're going to split with Tampa. So I'm just going to have them win the game in the Dome and then eventually lose the game Week 14 in Raymond James. So now I have the Saints 3-5.
All right. Okay. Well, let's see. This game is all going to depend on, is Chris Godwin healthy by this point, and has Emeka Egbuka fulfilled that role of Chris Godwin? Because if he's not healthy and Emeka Egbuka is a bust, I think the Saints win this game easily. But I think, by this time, I think Chris Godwin will be back.
Yeah.
But I mean, Baker's too good. I think he needs his respect. He's a top 15 quarterback in the league. I think they do drop this game and fall to 2-6. And I thought I was going to have them better than you, but you have them 3-5 at this point.
I have them 3-5 right now.
And
not too bad.
I have them 2-6, and I have them dropping to 2-7 after the next week in Week 9 against the Rams. I think they get murdered in this game. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Unless Matthew Stafford's not healthy. I know he's missed a lot of training.
I have seen a lot of things about that. Is he not healthy? What's going on there?
I haven't really looked into it, but I know he hasn't practiced at all in training camp.
Okay. Because people have been saying like that Matt Stafford is hurt and that like Puka or like Devontae Adams might not live up to the hype for fantasy purposes because of Matt Stafford's injury when I had no idea that Matt Stafford was dealing with anything.
They didn't even come out and say that. Like I feel like they would have been a hot commodity.
Yeah. But I feel like regardless he's playing or not, I feel like the Saints still drop that game in Los Angeles.
Okay, random tangent. Why do I feel like we always play the Rams every single year?
Probably since the no call, they're like free money. People are gonna want to see this.
But still, and it's always in Los Angeles. I feel like we played them in Los Angeles last year. I get the two Derek Carr years mixed up. It was just a blur. And
That was 2 years ago. We played on Thursday
yeah,
night.
because it was right around Christmas. Because I remember coming, because I went to Disney World.
Thank you, bro,
Yeah.
for
Just
telling us that.
Week 10, I have them at 2-7 at this point. Going into Carolina, Bryce Young, who I think is going to be very good this year. And I had them. I've also been going back and forth with this game because I think Carolina's not very good, but the Saints aren't very good.
Well, I'll go real quick.
Yeah.
I think the Saints lose this game, and I think the Saints lose both games to Carolina this year. I have Carolina. I'm not gonna say because we're probably gonna do a full team record prediction later, but I'm very high on Carolina this year. I'm a believer in Bryce Young. I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. So I have the Saints dropping this game, going into the bye with 3 wins. So
Okay, the fact that you have the Saints splitting with the Bucs but getting swept by Carolina
yeah,
is crazy.
I know.
But I do have them winning this game actually.
Okay.
I have them sweeping Carolina. Actually, the Saints always they kind of just own Carolina. And I also have them 3-7 going into the bye week, which I mean, I feel like that's best case scenario for the Saints at 3-7. Like I don't think you get. Would you? That's probably
Yeah, I don't know how they get a 4th win. Because I mean, they could easily drop any of the games that we have them winning.
That's very true.
You know. So next we got Week 12 in Atlanta.
Yeah. So we both have
versus Atlanta. Sorry.
3-7 going into Week 12 out of the bye week against Atlanta, and I have the Saints winning this game. I have them winning back-to-back division games.
I'll be
The
damned.
Saints own the Falcons. I mean, let's be honest. Even last year when the Saints were terrible, they beat the Falcons twice, I think.
Jamal Williams even scored a touchdown, so anything is possible.
Yeah, that was Didn't the Saints sweep the Falcons last year? I'm pretty sure they did.
They might have. I feel like they lost the game to the Falcons last year.
They won. Oh no, they didn't. Yeah, that's right. Because Young Wei Koo gave me.
Yes, exactly. I have the Saints losing this one too.
You have them losing.
I have them losing. I don't know. Like, I feel like Michael Penix could be too much as crazy as it sounds. I feel like that offense with Drake London, Bijan taking the next step, and then Darnell Mooney. And then who knows? Is this Kyle Pitts' year? Is it his
Are you
year?
sipping that Kool-Aid?
I was, because I drafted him in fantasy, but I traded him away. I think the Falcons' offense is just going to be too much for the Saints' defense, and it's yeah, I don't think the Saints can really put up with the Falcons this year.
That's crazy. As a diehard Saints fan, I can't believe you just said that.
Well,
because I feel like every year the Saints split with the Falcons at least. Even though no matter who's bad, who's not bad. So yeah, I have them 4-7 at this point, going into Week 13 against Miami, where Tua will probably be hurt by the point.
let's not say that, man. Come on.
Just being honest. Miami in November. Yeah, I have them dropping this game. I mean, I feel like it's just a weird. This one of the games is just like the whole. Like, I'm trying to think of the game last year that this would compare to. Probably the Denver game from last year. Remember how bad that was? I feel like that would be kind of this game. Just a road game in Miami, but Miami's significantly better than the Saints.
100%.
And I don't know who's going to guard Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, the Saints aren't winning this game. If you remember, we had Ian Book going into a Monday night game, prime time. That's the only recollection I have of the Saints playing Miami. And I feel like
Was that the last time we played them? I think that was the last time.
yes, it had to have been. But they're not. The Saints aren't going to put up much of a fight in this game unless by this time Spencer Rattler is Patrick Mahomes Jr. I don't know. Crazy things have happened, but the Saints aren't winning this game.
Yeah. So we both have them 4-8, I think, at this point.
No, I have them 3.
You have them 3-9.
I have 3 and 9.
I have them 4-8 by this point. Going into Tampa Bay, December 7th. Let's see. Did I have them winning the last? No, I had them dropping that Tampa Bay game. Yeah, no, they're not winning that one either. In Tampa Bay, I think they get swept by the Buccaneers. You already said that you have them winning. That's crazy. I just don't see a way we go into Tampa this late in the season where they're probably fighting for a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
And we're,
No, I didn't have them winning this one. I had them winning the first one.
Oh.
I had them losing this one.
Okay, so we both all right.
Newsflash, the rest of the way I only have the Saints winning one more game. So,
you're gonna be wow. All right, well, you're gonna be shocked where I have them. All right, so I have them at 4-9 at this point, right? With hold on, with 4 games left. Yeah, I'm 4-9. You have them 3-10.
3-10.
Jesus.
Going into a game at home against Carolina, who I already said I have the Saints losing.
And I have them winning this game. I have them winning this game, going to 5-9. It's at home against Carolina. I feel like Bryce Young, he can't handle the Dome. Let's just be honest. I mean, the Dome will be rocking by this point. It's going to be a division game, even though we're not going to be we'll be 4-9, like I said at this point. The Dome's still going to be there for a divisional game.
Always.
And I think they do pull out this game at 3:25 kickoff again. Saints Panthers.
This game is getting flexed to a noon game.
There's no way.
There's no way this stays a 3:25 primetime game. What are we doing? Schedule makers.
But yeah, so you have them losing. I have them winning. So
I have 3-11.
So I'm 5-9. Wow. All right. Okay. Moving on to the Jets game. I'm gonna let you go.
Jets. I have them losing. I think Justin Fields and Breece Hall, that combination will work, and I think it'll work enough for them to beat a lowly team like the Saints. So with that being said, I got the Saints 3-12.
I have them winning this one as well. I have them winning back to back, which will then turn to 3 straight. I'm just gonna start that. Not much to touch on the Jets, but like I said, I think they win 3 straight when they go into Tennessee and beat the Titans to move to 7-9. Is that right? 7-9.
Yeah.
The Titans are not good. Let's just be honest. I mean, their wide receiver 1 is 37 years old.
Calvin Ridley. He's 37.
I just made that up, but he's old.
I was about to say.
I was exaggerating.
I remember Calvin Ridley had so much potential when he was on the Falcons,
And then he
bet on the
gambling.
Kings.
But yeah, I mean, I think the Saints do win 3 straight. I think they give us a little bit of optimism. I feel like they do this every year. They start to play better at the end of the year.
Just to ruin the draft stock.
Yeah.
Or the draft pick. I have them winning this game, moving to 4-12. Not too much to say. I mean, Cam Ward's a rookie. Tennessee is kind of in a similar spot as the Saints, except they have their guy at quarterback. We don't know if we have our guy. So.
Right. So I have them 7-9 going into Week 18 in Atlanta, where I do have them falling to 7-10. Even though I feel like we won the last game of the season a couple of years in a row as well, even against Atlanta. I think this is too much. I mean, Atlanta's gonna be fighting for a playoff spot by this point.
You would think.
I think, yeah, 100%. Them and the Bucks, I think, are gonna be fighting for the division.
Yeah.
And I think it's in Atlanta, which is not exactly the greatest. It has a flip game. I wonder if this could be. This might be. I mean, if the Falcons are fighting for a playoff spot, this could be
Prime time.
The prime time.
Maybe, yeah.
Not Thursday night, Monday night, but it could be like a
America's
3:25
game of the week or something like that.
I don't know about that, but 3:25 Sunday night football, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of the slate on Week 18, but yeah, I have the Saints finishing 7-10 on the season, and you have them 3-14.
I have the Saints 4-13 actually, because I have them beating Tennessee, I have them beating Arizona, I have them beating New York, and I have them beating Tampa Bay. So
Okay, wow, that's just. So I have them beating Tennessee, the Jets, Carolina, twice actually. Carolina twice. The Giants, the Cardinals, and what's my other one? Oh, the Falcons. And let me explain myself here before I get flamed in the comments. Okay, 7-10, not good. Let's start there.
I feel like 7-10 would be the worst possible situation for the Saints to go.
Which I think is going to happen. Let's just be honest. I mean, the way Mickey Loomis came out and said they're not rebuilding, so I think 7-10 is very realistic.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just like I feel like Mickey Loomis just wants to fill the seats when he doesn't need to do that because the fans will show up no matter what. If there was a Pee Wee team playing that was labeled the Saints in the NFL, the dome would still be packed. I think we need to just embrace the rebuild.
Which he's not going to do.
No, I mean, and this year's going to be telling for sure if we have our guy at quarterback. But yeah, don't expect the Saints to do too much this year. I mean, I'm the most optimistic Saints fan you will ever come across, and I have them 4-13.
I think 7-10 is like the absolute ceiling for them this year.
Yeah,
Or
100%.
maybe 8-9. I don't know. But I do think they go 7-10 and get like the 12th pick or 13th pick.
That would be awful.
And they don't get the quarterback in the future because Mickey Loomis thinks he already has it. And we draft another O lineman, and
going.
I would argue 7-10 is worse than 3-14, because or 4-13, because at least
Oh,
you're
100%
gonna have
is
a,
worse.
You're gonna have a top
100%.
5 pick.
Mhm.
At 7-10, you're gonna have.
Okay, I will say one thing. The Saints O-line, looking at it, it is good.
Yes.
They have Fuaga, Ruiz, McCoy, Banks, Penny.
Penny.
That is a very solid group,
Very good.
in my opinion. Now depth, I don't know the depth at that position. We saw, was it Saldivari that just went out for the year? I mean, nothing against Nick Saldivari. We'd love to have you on, but but we don't know how much he would be contributing. But I think the Saints O-line and secondary,
And D-line. D-line's very good.
yeah, and D-line, are going to be bright spots. And then obviously quarterback, we're just going to have to freaking see, you know.
I think I mentioned in a previous episode, but I think this year is Chase Young's breakout year.
I hope so.
He's unblockable in practice right now. I mean, the one I mentioned last episode, the rep that I saw, he just murdered Kelvin Banks. Now Kelvin Banks is a rookie, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I mean, even the team, he was in the backfield of the play.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah. Any last thoughts before we get out of here?
No, I mean, that's
Enjoy
all I got.
The rest of this food.
Yeah, thanks. Who dat till I die. We're gonna be watching every game. We're gonna be talking about every game. So just stay tuned. Tell a friend to to like, subscribe, follow us on all socials at BKZ Blitz, and that's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Who dat? Everything you kind of touched on everything. So we'll see y'all in episode 36.
See ya.
Peace.